Did you know all legendary investors like Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway are required to update investors and tell us everything that they bought once a quarter? And that you can copy their portfolios exactly with as little as $100 in just your normal brokerage account at whatever brokerage you use. Schwab, Robinhood, M1 Finance, whatever. Anyone that you use that does fractional shares, with $100, you could invest just like Warren Buffett and you could beat the market. It'll take you 10 minutes a quarter if you copied it directly, which is not a recommendation. I'm just saying you can do this instead of listening to idiots like me on YouTube talk about stocks. So it'd be really tough to follow some professional investors, but the benefit of Berkshire is that they often hold their investments for years or even decades at a time. They have low turnover, meaning you're not like buying and selling a ton of stocks, and they have high conviction in their top holdings. Okay, that could be really risky. The way we're gonna do this and the way I'm gonna talk about it is actually less risky than what Warren Buffett is doing. So every quarter they have to file this thing called a 13F with the SEC that tells us exactly what they bought and sold. They just filed it, just came out today, and here we found that their top buys were Taiwan Semi, Occidental Petroleum, Chevron, Louisiana Pacific, and Restoration Hardware, RH. They didn't sell these completely, but they just sold positions in US Bancorp, Activision Blizzard, Bank of New York, Kroger, and Store Capital. I think they may have sold Store Capital completely, but we'll talk about it in just a second. So you can see here the value of his positions are $296 billion. Their last update, it was at $300 billion. They made 3 new purchases. They've added to 5 stocks. They completely sold out of 1 stock. I think it was Store Capital. They reduced holdings in 5 others. His top 10 holdings represent 87%, which is actually pretty concentrated. And then the time holding the top 20 is 27.2 quarters. So pretty much 5 to 6 years they've held their top 20. And same thing with the top 10. And Warren Buffett is a value investor, right? But he's actually one of the largest tech investors in the world because of his Apple position. You can see the information technology sector is 46% of his portfolio. The reason for that is that Apple makes up 39% of the portfolio. But let's jump into exactly how you can copy Warren Buffett's portfolio with low turnover and pretty low risk and outperform the S&P 500 with as little as $100. So this shows how his portfolio has done, or how a portfolio has done if you bought the top 20 holdings in Warren Buffett's portfolio at equal weight. So if you have 20 holdings, equal weight would be, each one of them would be a 5% position in the portfolio. Each one of his top 20 is a 5% position. This is calculated through 8/15/2022, so it's going to be a little bit different than that. We'll get an update, but this is how it has performed over time since back to 2001, right? You can see Warren Buffett, the whale here, is actually the green line up top, and the S&P 500 is the black shaded area. And you can see over this time, so since 2001, just copying Warren Buffett's portfolio like that after the 13F comes out, you're up 505% compared to the S&P 500 up 385%. So with as little as $100 in your own portfolio, you could track the 13Fs, and you can find it on CNBC. You can just Google 13F. You can set a calendar reminder. This is a site called Whale Wisdom, which I do subscribe to, but you can follow this completely for free and just track it yourself if you wanted to for free and just invest that way. Now, am I telling you to do that? No, but would following and learning from the greatest investor of all time benefit anybody? Sure. If you were gonna copy this, what companies would you own? You would just look at it, and the reason I like this Whale Wisdom thing here is it lists them all in order, and you might even be able to get this for free from them. I'm honestly not sure. But you would have a 5% position in each of these companies, the top 20. Apple, Bank of America, Coke, Chevron, American Express, Occidental Petroleum, Kraft Heinz, Moody's Corp, Activision Blizzard, Hewlett Packard, DaVita, Bank of New York Mellon, Citigroup, Kroger, US Bancorp, VeriSign, Paramount Global, Charter Communications, General Motors, and what you would do is you would just go into your account the day after these reports came out or the day they came out and just copy the trades at even amounts every single quarter. And literally, if you simplified investing down to that since 2001, you see you would be strongly outperforming the S&P 500 and beating probably 98%, 99% of all investors in the world just by following Warren Buffett. So as part of a regular series on this channel, I'm going to actually update from the top legendary investors every quarter. So if you subscribe to this channel, you'll get these updates over time as well. And if this is valuable to you, it really helps me out and helps more people find it if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So thank you. Those things are both free for you and they take 10 seconds of time. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.